Thank you for coming back to We the People News. Please subscribe, leave your thumbs up, and please leave your comments. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for all the support that you give me on this channel. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yesterday's video, if you did not see it, please go back and watch it. There's a lot of good stuff I don't want you to miss, and it would help me out a lot on YouTube. I will link it to the end of this video, and it would help me out a lot. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you'll be notified when I make another video. Okay, let's get into this. Important lower prescription medications. We're going to talk about that in just a minute, but first I got a couple of other little things to go through first. I will start with some funny news. Newsweek did a poll, and it shows that Ron DeSantis, the governor of the free state of Florida, would lose to, get this, they say that Ron DeSantis would lose to Kamala Harris. I think Newsweek, the writers over at Newsweek, they have been plundering around in Nancy Pelosi's vodka cabinet too much. They need to just sit the bottle down. It will be okay, because there's no way in hell Kamala Harris could beat out Ron DeSantis. Y'all, there is a voicemail that has been found. A voicemail recording of Little Joe and his drug-head son talking about Little Hunter's business deals. Now, I thought Little Joe said that he was never involved. But here's a voicemail that they was talking about the business deal. Well, everyone in Washington and in mainstream media is trying to sweep it under the rug. They don't want this out because it would prove that Joe Biden lied, and this is criminal offense. He could face some time for this. At the very least, he could be out of office. I would be happy with any of those scenarios. Secret Service Director steps down. I guess he decided that he wouldn't be willing to take a bullet for Little Joe. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. You know, Little Joe promised $10,000 in forgiving of student loans. But it looks like it's going to turn out to be only for certain people. You know, the ones that's more likely to vote for Biden or the Democrats. They've forgiven some loans, but it was to a certain school. Now they're talking about forgiving more loans, but it's if you got a certain home mortgage. Now, he did not put these stipulations in this when he was talking about it, when he was running for office, promising everyone $10,000 off of their student loan. Now it looks like it's a select few. But he said everyone, so it damn sure should be everyone. Even though I'm against it completely, I don't want no one to get their student loans forgiven. But Joe Biden promised it. He needs to deliver on it. Thank you so much for all the support you give me. Please comment below what you think about all this stuff. Get it off your chest, off your heart, off your mind. It will make you feel better. Putin says that he will keep this war going until the last Ukraine is standing. Y'all, this man is sick. This man needs to be taken out somehow. How long is the United States or any other country for that? I mean, how long are we going to just sit back and let him dictate to the world what he wants, what he feels that he should have? This man is suffering from little man syndrome badly. He's trying to exert his power, and he has none. Don't we have some kind of special forces, like a SEAL team or some kind of Delta Force or something that can go in, like in the movies, and surgically take him out? I mean, his people don't want this war. So if we took him out, ending this war would be a very easy thing. Everywhere you turn to nowadays on Bing, news feed or Google news feed, you see sites and ads selling American flags. Y'all, at a time like this, I don't think they should be selling American flags. I think you should get American flag free. And you should use that American flag until it needs to be replaced. Then you take that flag back in so they can discard of it the proper way and give you a new American flag. Americans should not have to pay for American flags. Looks like the Democrats are now figuring out what the rest of the world and the United States already knows, that Joe Biden sucks. Y'all, I'm just going to report this next thing. I'm not going to give you an opinion either way on this. I want to see what you have to say about it. A 1,000-pound woman gives birth to her second baby. This was on Bing Headline News, and the article originally came from People. So yeah, a 1,000-pound woman gives birth to her second baby. See, y'all, I was real good. I didn't give my opinion on that. But oh, how I want to. Okay, let's talk about this prescription drug saga. Well, that's what it is. These big pharma companies. Y'all got a little story to tell you, and I know it for a fact because I lived it. Y'all, I used to work for this Cajun restaurant, and we had contracts with these big pharmaceutical reps. And they would send food to all these doctors' offices and stuff like that. And they would tell us up front, I can only spend $1,000. Well, if the doctor's office has got like 15 employees, that's 15 people can eat on $1,000. Y'all, where I worked, it was Cajun food, and it wasn't cheap Cajun food. But they told us up front how much they could spend, and they wanted to spend it all. They didn't care. And it was nothing for us to have 3 or 4 of these orders every day, 6 days a week, because we was closed on Sundays. We would deliver the food, and here's a $100 tip, here's a $50 tip, here's a $30 tip, on top of what they've already spent. And like I said, we have 3 or 4 of these a day. And y'all, when we deliver this food, all we did was take it in, sit it down on their table, turn around and walk away. That's all we done. They served it. They done all of that stuff. All we done was drop it off. And they would tip us that kind of tips. Not every time. Some of them would stiff us, but I mean, $100 for doing that, you're good for a few deliveries. Y'all, these big pharmaceutical reps, they can't give doctors money, but they do give them kickbacks in the form of feeding their office, sending them on golf trips, sending them on vacations. In return, the doctor prescribes their medication. Whether it's needed or not, they prescribe their medication. Y'all, these pharmaceutical reps is just one of the middlemen in the process. It's a lot of stops. That dollar makes a lot of stops. That's why these drug prices are so high. We got to pay to feed these doctors' offices. We got to pay to send them on a golf trip. We got to pay to send them on a vacation, a cruise, that kind of stuff. So if we could get rid of these pharmaceutical reps doing this kind of stuff, I mean, think about this. We was one restaurant. I'm sure right here in Pensacola, Florida, there was other restaurants doing it too. And all around the United States, there's probably tens of thousands of restaurants doing it. It all adds up to a higher price for your medication. So if we could get rid of these pharmaceutical reps doing this kind of stuff, that would alone bring the prices down. So the way I see it, lowering these prescription costs would just be trimming the fat. I mean, and like I said, this is just one part of it. This is just the pharmaceutical reps. Well, we also got the delivery people, the warehouse people, the doctor's office himself, the drugstores, the manufacturers, the labs. We still got all these people we're paying also with your medication dollars. Y'all, yesterday, David over at the TEC show made a video about lowering drug costs. Y'all, please go over there and watch it and let him know that I sent you over there. He did a very good job on that video. But I just wanted to let you know my story about the pharmaceutical reps that I know for a fact is true. Like I said, I lived it. I worked at that restaurant for 15 years, and this was an everyday occurrence. Yesterday I told y'all about Little Joe sending our emergency supply oil to China. Well, he sent 1 million barrels to China. And it was sent to a company that Little Hunter has dealings with. How convenient. Wouldn't it be nice if that oil was used for the American people in times of emergency, like President Trump meant for it to be when he filled those barrels up to the brim? But now Little Joe is sending it to their friends and crooks. Y'all, Little Hunter's business partners in China is not who this oil was meant for. It was meant for us. But what can we do? Well, I tell you what we can do, and when we can do it, we can vote them out of office in the midterms. Y'all don't forget the midterms are coming up. We know what we have to do. Please comment below. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. Please watch the video that's popping up here now, and I'll say it like I've always said it and always will say it. Keep your faith in Jesus Christ. He's the only one we can turn to now. Say a prayer for our world. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for those elected employees that we're going to fire in the midterms. Say a prayer for everyone around the world hurting through COVID, financial hardship, or any other affliction. Just know I love you all. Until the next time. Ciao.